Once you understand this, that is when you gain a bulletproof mindset. So what we're going to be talking about today is the positives and the negatives in life, because we all experience them. And the biggest thing is how to deal with them. So I'm going to talk from personal experience and ways to get over this. So in life, you're going to have plenty of positives and you're going to have loads of negatives. But you need to approach both with a flow mindset. And what I mean by that is, in the past with me, a certain thing has happened, but what I've done is I've looked at that certain thing and told myself, this is happening for a reason, and that it must happen. Although it might be slowing me down, it has to happen for a reason. And although in the moment of whatever it is, you might not be able to see that it's happening for a reason, but down the line, in the future, you will look back at that moment and you'll be like, that was a hidden blessing. Although it was a negative, and although it set me back, you'll understand that it had to happen for a reason. It had to happen so you could grow. So when you do get positives in life, when something positives happen, when I say flow state, the positives and the negatives, is because when a positive happens, be grateful for that, and for every positive and negative. But when it happens, when a good thing happens, be like, I appreciate this and I'm glad, and you can get excited, but always remain humble, I would say, because whatever you may have achieved, it can also go downhill again. And the reason I say that is because there's a saying that for every positive, there's a negative, and for every negative, there's a positive. That's not saying, right, okay, cool, I'm just gonna be negative, because even if a positive happens, then the negative's on the way. It's not, no, it's understanding that you've got to operate in a flow state mentality. And once you train your mind to understand that bad things have to happen, or things have to set you back in order to get to your full potential, and in order for you to see growth. And yeah, it's going to take time. So in order to adapt this mentality, this mindset, it's going to take time. You're going to have to train your mind to understand the concept. So for me, what I've started to do is, if I'm being slowed down in any aspect, I'll say to myself, this is happening for a reason. I may not see it now, but I'll tell myself that this setback is happening for a reason, so that I can grow in the future. Because it's happened before. Plenty of things has happened to me, and I thought, right, in the moment, it's annoying, or in the moment, it can be mentally challenging. We're all human. But then I tell myself, I'm going to look back at this moment, and I'm going to look back at this struggle, and I'm going to be not necessarily glad it's happened, but I'm going to see the hidden blessing to why it's had to happen. And a lot of things, a hidden blessing. It's crazy how the universe works, but you don't complain, because it's life. No matter what stage you're at in life, no matter where you are at, you are gonna have positives and you are gonna have negatives. And yeah, it's hard, but like I say, once you adapt the mentality of trying to stay flow stated throughout the whole journey and your whole life, and understand that things have to set you back in order for you to grow. Because let's say, for example, you're working towards goals, you're working towards your dreams, and let's say you have a setback. Let's say you've hit rock bottom before and you've bounced back, but then you hit rock bottom again. But the second time you've hit rock bottom, you won't have fully gone to the full rock bottom like the first time, because the first time you did it and you learnt a lesson from going to that low point. So then you take that lesson, and then, like I say, the second time you hit rock bottom, but it's not as bad as last time. It's still frustrating, but it's not as bad. But the lesson you took from before, and let's just say for a third time, you hit a rock bottom, a struggling point, But each time that you have a setback, you gain a lesson from it. So is it a setback? Every time that you fail on something, that is a lesson that you will then take, and if it happens again, then you've learned lessons from having to go to rock bottom, which will then take you to see your full potential through growth. So I'd say hitting rock bottom, having failures, is needed for growth. It's needed to get you to your full potential. You won't be able to get to your full potential if it's always up and if it's always going right, because the biggest lessons are what you learn when something may go wrong. It will go wrong and you'll go to the bottom and you'll be like, right, there's a hidden blessing in this that I can't see now, but I'm gonna see. And there's a lesson in this that you take for the future. So if you found any value in this video, then feel free to like, comment and subscribe. And if you want to put a comment in with anything you're dealing with, whether it's to do with how to stay consistent in the gym or anything that you're struggling with, if it's something that I can help with, then I will give you my personal opinion and my personal perspective on a way that I can hopefully inspire you to take the right steps to get you out of that. So stay blessed, stay locked in, and let's get it. I'll see you in the next one.